All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, yo, Leps, how you doing? We are finally back in Space Engineers, fixing up the F-302 again. And the plan here today is we've got everything figured out to an extent. The F-302 is ready to go into battle. Sorry if you hear me lips smack a little bit. I am having to eat lunch and try and life. Life is giving me issues at the moment. Work and all that nonsense. But today we are going to be working around with this. We're going to be getting these all set up. We got the F-302 pretty much set up as far as all of the necessary stuff to keep the thing going like it's supposed to. The next thing we're going to have to do here, uh-oh, that's not good. No sound, no sound. Wait, no sound? Really? No, I got sound. That's not good. No sound. Okay, I got sound. Radar range. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Let me hold on a minute. Let me go back to the Discord there because I was planning on doing that, but I like doing this stuff in the live stream, so I don't, y'all know I ain't cutting corners or anything like that. Pull that up on the live stream. I thought someone either sent that to me, it's either the live stream or it's in my studio somewhere. Hold up. Okay. All right. Let's hop in here because Leps gave me a tutorial on the radar range, and all I got to do is find and remember the programmable block that I put it in. Actually, hold up. We have that on the bottom back here. Yeah, we'll just hop into the radar system right here. We can access it ourselves. So let's see. I think it's custom data. Hmm. Radar range auto. If that's what I'm thinking. Radar range auto and just set that to 5,000. And if that worked, I think our radar range will probably range is 5 kilometers out. But the rangefinder is not detecting it for some reason. Hang on, let me see. Where's our radar at? Let's recompile that, run it again. Yeah, the radar is not showing the ship. Oh, now it showed it. Now it's showing it. I wonder why I missed that. Must have needed a minute to load it in. Oh, it's dipping off. What in the world? Hmm. So for some reason, the radar is not detecting. I wonder if that has to do with the turret controller. Custom turret controller, sign camera. I don't see anything that would cause any issues because it's like right now. Now I can detect a neutral object and I can detect them close by. But the moment we get out of range, is because the radar is just not detecting it. Yeah, it dips out at about. See, now I've got red and everything else, but I'm not seeing it very well. That's the issue I'm running into at the moment. Let's see, is there more here I might have messed up on? Yeah, let's try that just for the moment. Uh, we'll grab a temporary turret unless something has changed. That should do it though. That should, because we've got a turret up there already. That should be what makes it happen. Let's see how far away we can go with this. Nope. Once we are out of the way, it stops noticing it. That is wild. Let's try recompile while we're at it. See if that helps. Sensor 0. What the heck? Maybe because do we have an antenna? Yep. Now we notice it. It just blips on when we get close to range. I guess it works good as a close range combat radar, but I don't know how to extend the range of the radar to where I can see way far out there. Hold up now. Let's go back into let's go back into the programmable block. Look at the custom data. Target fade out interval. Let's put that to 5. See what that does. Here, let the turret shoot. I'm gonna see because it should have 5 seconds before the thing dips out. Yeah, it's dipping out. How far away am I when it dipped out that time? See, it's dipping out long before we get to 2000. Let me look that over a little bit more. Okay. Among Us false. I have no idea what that does. Okay. Radar range 5,000. Okay. Hmm. That's weird. Well, let's try something else. Let's do 20. Let's see what that does. We got to 1.59. It may just be like detection range. All right, we've detected it. Bolt on past here and see how far away I can get from it before the radar blips out. Okay, we're getting further out, but it's not showing, it's not detecting it early. So apparently we're stuck at the detection range of the turret. I don't think it's a temp. I don't think it's the temp turret, man. I don't think it's. I think it's just that's the range of the turret. Of course, I don't know enough about this to really know how to. See, we've increased the range to 5,000. I wonder what'll happen if I let's set that to true. See what happens, and then recompile, run again. We should. Oh wait, no, no, no. I see what that did. That just made little Among Us's on there. That's cute. Okay, so we know what that is. We're gonna go back and set that to false. Um, so this can share targets too. So this also means if I have another, let's see about that. Hang on a second. Let's take the turret off. Okay, let's copy this. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. Do I have an antenna or a beacon on this? We have an antenna. Okay. What's the range of the antenna? Broadcast radius, 5,000. Let's check that up a little bit more. Enable broadcasting. All right, let's see if... Nope, that doesn't help either. So let's copy this one. Get him in range where he will see this within the 2,000 meters. Because we're on the same side, see if that doesn't help it. It may be the big ship radars. Let's see if that doesn't help a little bit. Because maybe it'll do. Maybe it's only good for for big ships. We maybe only will do like short range systems. That sucks, but and maybe yeah, there it is. So this has now become more of a carrier based system because if a carrier can detect out to 5 kilometers, then these ships will also have the same radar. So we'll have the same radar coverage. That's fun. Grexion, hi Badger. What are you doing right now? Trying to work this radar out on this ship. Says LEPs here. At least the big ships don't have that problem because I have done it with something like 10 kilometers, and it definitely was outside the 2 kilometer range. Yeah, I think what I don't think that's going to be an issue because I think if like we're running this radar, I could run it to the long range like we want to run it, and that just means that the carrier's radar is going to work with our radars as well. So whatever the range this radar is at, that's what the range of that radar is. Did you know that if you target lock a grid turret can aim and shoot if it's within the turret's weapons max range? Yeah, there's like a function on there you can activate. But yeah, like right now we're looking at this radar system. So as long as that unit is out there detecting it, then but I mean, here's the thing, he's got to get close. The other fighter will have to get close to it to detect it. Of course, if we have radar on another ship, like we got here, it'll probably give us the detection range we need to get in close and get it. The only other problem I got is I kind of want, I almost want two of those radars, and I kind of want one radar to be at the 5,000 range, and I want the other one to be at the smaller range so that we can have a combat radar and a long range radar at the same time. I wonder if I can do that because that would be a really cool function to have right in there. Two twin radar systems. We'd have two separate radars. The problem is I don't know how that's going to work because if we have two radars, I've got to figure out. Yeah, well, I don't think it'll work because to put that in here, I have to set one of these to fighter cockpit radar, unless, let me look here. Oh, we can do this. We could have this as the primary combat radar and set up another. Oh, because when the radar overlap. Yeah, the radar would overlap, but it looks like in custom data you can change the name of that particular radar. Let's try this. We need to try this. So our primary radar is going to be up top. We're going to set the secondary radar on that bottom section because we're not going to be using that all the time. So we'll have a combat radar, and we'll have a. All right, let me see where I can put this because I got to find a room for the new radar. we're we're adding radars to the entire system. This is going to be fun. So let's go in here. Where is a programmable block? One here. And let's do this. Yeah, let's do that right there. Now, first off, like I said, we're going to do, let's see, do apps. I'm down here to edit. We're to browse scripts. Let me get the radar script again. I think this can be done because the radar, check code. Okay. So now with this radar, I'm gonna take this one and we're gonna set it out to We're going to set it to, I don't know, we'll set it to 5,000. And I'm going to set the tag here to long radar. And I think this will do it. Do that. Recompile. Run it. Go back up to this programmable block. I'm going to go custom data and I'm going to reset this to auto like we had before. And I'm wondering what these are. So this is radar colors. How can I do this? Radar lines. I think I can modify this. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, wait. No, that's blue. I want that. I want it to be green. Let's try that. And then recompile, run. Our fighter cockpit, we're going to here. And then the keyboard. Ah, that is going to cause a problem. So here's an issue. And I lost all the stuff. I don't have the rangefinders and everything anymore. But yeah, I am seeing the other stuff. What in the heck? I thought I turned it on green. It should be working. It's not. Okay. So, hmm. There has got to be a way. Let me look at my overall structure here. I got a medical shuttle giving me a distress signal. I don't think there's any way we can do a long range system. I want to do that, but it's just not working. I could probably do multiple radars if I have multiple screens. And that's what I'm running into the issue right here of. We need several screens in order to make that work. I could put a projector somewhere. But that means blinding the character. And I don't have the noticeable point or a position I can strap onto. Well, it's not just that, it's because the block that we have to set the cockpit to radar. And then that determines where everything is going to be at. That's the issue there. But one thing I am noticing right here is that the radar seems to be working at the moment. I need to go back into that programmable block and see if I can't get it to see the radar lines are gone. That should be green if I'm looking at it correctly. Let's go ahead and put blue in here, and let's say 50 and see what happens. Nope, I don't have my lines. Well, I lost the radar lines. Let me see. What? How are you? How am I supposed to make colors here? Because according to this thing, you can make colors happen. I was wanting them to be green. I don't understand why they're not green. Oh wait, maybe the color is too dark. Let's at nope, no lines appearing. That's weird. I don't think I changed anything else. There we go. So A is apparently the radar itself. It's apparently shows the ambience of it. So that makes a lot of sense. So now we're going to be able to just customize this radar a little bit here. Little trial and error. We've learned some things. Background has ambience for some reason. Let's see. What do I got here? I can make the icons whatever I want them to be. Dang, we've got oh, we've also got lock on warning. What? Oh, that is cool. Friendly elevation and everything. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see. Text. Let's turn the text. Oh, deleted too much. Let's make the text green like the rest of it. And then the background has like a bunch of ambience. Let's uh let's do 100 to that, and then we'll do say 10, see how that works. That looks nice. Let me go back in here. That apparently fixed that instantaneously. Let's look at the background and let's reduce this to 10. Nope. Background here. Let's put that at a 1. Okay. Put that at a 0. See what that does. And we'll, yeah, we can see stuff, but something weird's happening right there. Let's go ahead and go back into that and see if I can't fix that or something. Da, 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 da. Upgrades upon upgrades. All right, the background, we've got all of that. Fine, we'll see what that does. I ain't fixing nothing. Ah, there we go. It is just kind of red. I don't like the red. Let's see. Whoops. And let's take this down to 0. Okay, we got that kind of looking good. Let's see if I can get it down. Just take it a bit lower. Let's try 50. And we'll see what that looks like. Oh, that's better. That's better. That's what we got to do to the other thing. So we'll go here, and we've got this, all this good stuff here. We'll do the radar plane, I think is what it is what we were screwing with right there. Put that to 50. Tower 30. I'll set that to 1. What that should do, there. Now we have a green radar, which is easier on the eyes, and we can actually see this a lot better. I think in the light, yeah, that'll actually make things a lot easier to see in the light because the green will bounce off everything. So now we have a green radar instead of the red one that they had. So now we've got something awesome. That's actually pretty good. I don't like the forward edge angle of the wings. They should be a lower sloop. They are a lower sloop. Let me see here. What you're seeing is that. That's how it works. These are on a hinge. They're kind of tilted downward. This also enables us to, when I want, I can tilt the wings up and store this thing. So it makes a great carrier unit as well. And we got it set in a little too low, and it'll start interfering with the missiles that we're going to add to the bottom of it. Because we have some missiles going in. Yeah, it's not the. I think the A does the transparency. It may also mean aspect ratio, but because that one ship is out there detecting, I figure because if we have friendly ships detecting radar, we'll all share it. So we're all so I'm sharing radar with the other one. So this thing will share its radar with everyone else in the area, all the other ships. So it's not a big deal. It'll work, and then we can still hook this thing up to a deal and go to town with it when we need to. I do need to take that other programmable block out because I don't know what I would use that other programmable block for. So we'll just take him out here. There we go. Slap that in. We've got 2 programmable blocks working with the guns and the other one working with this. We just got to start painting this thing up, and I got to start adding some stuff to it to make it, look good. Let's see here. We'll add that in because I have a plan for a lot of this stuff. There we go. That will come down to there. And then I'm going to need, well, I need to do that on both sides, actually. How do I do that here? There we are. That works there. And I believe there. We'll go back up to regular plate. Because we can use these plates to just decorate the far out of this thing, however we want to decorate it. And starting from there, on the wing, let me see if I can find. Do that, and then from here, or from the bottom, at least. Let's go back up and we'll grab this other block that we have, or this other panel. What that's going to do is that's going to give us another point to move up, and then we'll just cover that in regular blocks, and those are going to be a totally different color, and they're going to give us a nice wing look. Which at the same time, I'm also going to cover this, because why not? There's no reason not to. And there we go. We can put some extra colors on. I am going to put the, I'm going to do it kind of like the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. version that I put on there. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, do check out the Discord. Because on the Discord, we have a whole bunch of, I was showing off a whole bunch of things that we've, a whole bunch of different designs that we could do. I think this is the right one, I suppose. I hope it is. That didn't look right. Nope, that is not right. Look at that. We messed up. We made a mistake. And it was a mistake because, unlike what Bob Ross always says, it was not a happy accident. There we go. And that should work there. This should make it pop. Okay, let's keep going up. We're going to grab this last plate and add that to there. We've got our nice little wing shooting off our winglet point. Let's add one more here and one more right there just to give it a little bit more pointedness. See if I can do the same. Yeah, we did that over here too, apparently. So that works out tremendously well. All right, so now we got this extra area here. We'll be able to color that. I'll do a full wash of the entire thing. And what that should do is I should be able to do not only a full wash, but I'll be able to make this thing, I'll be able to add colors in as we go. and we'll be able to take this thing from one design idea to the next. Let's see. What color are we going to do this in? We do want a specialized kind of paint. Let me see here. We have clean armor, which would look good. We've got the silver armor. Let me see what full plastikov looks like. Eh, no, that doesn't look right at all. Um, let's try weldless. Mm, I don't like the texture. Let's look here. We got clean armor. The sci-fi I'm going to use for something else. Let's do clean armor. See how that looks. See, that still puts some texturing there. Now we need a good color. And if I'm right, the color that was on there was let me see, what color did we have? I think that was a much lighter gray. So it'll need to be lighter than that. All right, there we go. We'll do that side as well. And that side as well. We'll also paint the missiles up customarily. We'll custom paint those. You see the radar targeting me constantly. So now the next part's going to have to be, let's see, a much darker color, which is, why did I push K? I have no idea why we hit K. And I kind of want to carbon fiber this in a darker gray. It's almost a black. Get the majority of this out of the way here. No. Now, I may have to pull some parts and put them back on, but it will all be dependent. There we go. I can still get that stuff. Getting really nice and close here. There we go. Like painting minis. We have to get in very close. Very, very close. Nope. Nope. There we go. Got that one. And that one. We have a few hiccups here and there. That'll be fine. There's that. Like I said, once you start putting color on, this thing really starts to pop. There we are. That's done. And so then we also have these sides here that have to be completed up. So we'll run down this real fast. And I've got sides I can paint there. All right, we got one or two kind of looking a little weird there, but it'll be fine. There we go. That's looking better. So now we get these other sections here kind of worked around. go. Lights. I need lights on the wingtips. Now, how's that looking? That looks a lot better. That is starting to look way better than what it did before. So now we have a nice look there. It'll make the fighter pop as it flies around. I'll probably put a brighter color up top, maybe a yellow or something like that. I'm not sure. But it's coming together pretty good. I may put another stripe down the side here if I can get away with it. Maybe another one coming off the top, coming down, just give it a little more pizzazz. We'll work from here. I may have to continue this later because I'm fixing to go to work again. Ugh. But the least we can do, we can get this everything we started working on done. Then we can work on the new wing systems. I'll have to do some stripes on the bottom. I'll probably do something different on the bottom of it. The bottom is probably not going to have the same stripe at the bottom of it. But hey, here we go. Now we got those lines done. Let's go ahead. I think what we'll do is we'll do that there on either side. And then we can do a color system on the wing tips. And then we can add a, oh, wait a minute, we didn't cover that up. Come on, where are you? There you are. Boom. That works out perfect. And so now I just got to reconfigure that. I don't know, we may, let me see here. What have I got? Let's do sci-fi. Let's do a lighter armor there. I don't know if that makes that much of a difference, but we're going to use this as a detail. There's some detailing there. Where else could we do this at? Yeah, we'll do this right there. Make it look like sections of the engines are sticking out. Like we got some exposed panels or something. Yeah, see, that's looking better. And we'll go ahead and hit this section here. Just to add a little bit of detail. Make certain things pop out a bit. No, that's not what I wanted. Darn you. Now I got to go back and fix that. One more thing that has to be touched up. It just happens. It happens. I think maybe I'll just go ahead and paint this with the gray as well. That'll look better. Maybe hit this as well. Just to, make all that kind of stand out. Then I can do a bit more detail work all over the ship. We can actually add some stuff that'll just make certain things, certain angles have to like stick out. Maybe something different for the one deal over there. And we'll do that. that there. And we'll just work on putting this gray in where we've got all this extra detail because we want some of this to break up the actual look of the ship. See, it's getting better. You got to trust that process. It's the process. You got to trust it. Do that, and that'll make those kind of stick out a bit there. And then maybe we'll also hit the guns too while we're at it, so they'll be noticeable while they're underneath. Just give them a little bit of look. Yeah, that's when you're seeing this thing, you're seeing a whole bunch of different and subtle colors too. Using some subtle colors and just making it look different. Now, what I'll probably do is do like a yellow on the wingtips, just to give it that kind of other look. We do have some spots we're going to have to redo. Simple way to do that, just simply Shift and P. We can get the exact color that we need to change that to. Then do Shift and P again. There we are. And so now if I want something to kind of stick out, we're just going to probably hit it with that. But really, that looks really good. We're going to have to do something to the bottom of this at some point. I do want to put some type of deal on the bottom, a stripe or something under the wing so it has some extra looks to it. Let me grab this here and we'll make these vents pop out a bit as well as the connector. Get all that looking good. And then for the last of it, let's go ahead and use a darker, much darker tone. Say that. We'll hit the engines with that. Now that needs to be even. Actually, I tell you what, we'll go with a silver. There. That'll darken those engines up and gives them that brand newish kind of look. We'll also hit every thruster with this so that when you're looking at them, ooh, how are we going to hit those? We'll probably leave those. Let's stick a deal in here. Let's see if I can hit that one piece right there. Yeah, we'll hit that as well. Just give us a few more vent ports. It's tiny little details like this. Tiny little details. Make things. Actually, that's what we'll do with these two, because I wanted something to make these kind of stand out as hard points. That'll work right there, though. We'll do that. That silver will make them kind of stand out there. So we got that going. Yeah, check that out. It's amazing what you can do when you add just some subtle coloring to it. So now we got like multiple different looks, and it makes the fighter look a whole lot better with the wings and the stripes and everything going where it needs to go. Just a very awesome look now. And the next thing to do will be to put the missiles on it, set up all the actions again, do one final test. Also put some lights on each end. I got to look up the light system, which one has to be red and which one has to be blue. Another thing also, we've got to put in white letters, actually. I just realized this. We need white letters We're probably going plastic with white. Okay. I got just enough room to do this. And then let's see what we got here. 6. And then 7. There we go there. That's going to have to be read the same way on this wing, so we'll put that there. There we go. Now I easily read it as F-302 because this is what's going to be flying at you with ruthless efficiency. So that's done. We'll probably yellow tip the wings just to give it that kind of yellowish look. Probably do kind of a marigold gold or something like that. And then that will be the F-302 main superiority fighter we got. So now we have a superiority fighter that can actually do work. Let me check the bottom here, see if there's anything we might want to do. I don't see anything else that can really be done other than maybe uh, might do some detail work here later. Be the only thing. But yeah, it has a nice look to it. Let's pop in and see how this thing is to fly like this. Yeah, this is a thing that's going to look good no matter what angle you're looking at it from. Even flying it looks good. And once the guns charge up, oh, we've got a block on the back I need to fix. I just seen it. Perfectionism, folks. It's just pissing me off right now. We'll fly on back here for a second. Fix that last little block there. There. And that's fixed. So I think that's all the mistakes. Let's go ahead and grab one last color here. I think that'll be fine. We'll hit this like so there. And hit that there. And go boop, 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 boop. Oh no, what did I turn yellow? I turned a bunch of stuff yellow just now. Ah. All right, back to that. We're going to turn this back gray again. And then we will turn this carbon fiber. And there we go. Now that looks awesome. So other than maybe some spots underneath, what is that here? Oh, geez, really? We have another spot. It has to be. Wait, why in the world? Booyah. There we go. Other than that, it looks good. It is about perfect, except maybe putting something on the bottom. I'll do that probably in the next live stream, and then that won't take very long. And after that's done, we will hook up all the missiles. We'll do one more final test, and then this thing will be up on the workshop, and you guys will get to look at it, test it out, and try it for yourselves. Get to fly around. It has a quick takeoff speed. It's a little slow on the deceleration, but it has enough. That's only because it has four hydrogen thrusters to slow it down. This is more of a move in and kind of strike, but it has eight up and down thrusters. So once you turn it and you make a bank, it will pull itself out of a bank and it will do exactly what it needs to do. But yeah, we got here the new and the old. We've got the old F-302 here, which is what we used before. It had far less capabilities, less engines, and you've got the new F-302, which is just better. Just about every single category, it is better. Whether this F-302 likes it or not, it is just a better F-302. It looks better too. So we've got that finished up. Anyway, folks, hope you guys enjoyed watching this live stream right now. I'm going to be heading off to work, unfortunately. I'd much rather stay here with y'all and just keep building, finish this thing up, and just have it done later. But we'll do another live stream. I will attempt to do another one Friday, is what my plan is. I will attempt one for Friday. Doing that, we'll be able to not only play with this, I should be able to get this thing out, and I may even get one of the guys together. We may do a face-off between the old F-302 and the new F-302, uh, fully kitted, both aircraft fully kitted out, and we'll see how they operate and how they manage. Probably going to call this the A2 model, and we'll call that one the A1. So this will be the best of the best here, and then that one over there will be the last model that we had. You can see the absolute upgrade in both of them. They have a whole lot more upgrades. This one's fully upgraded, in other words, fully kitted out, has all of its missiles and everything ready to go. It will be a monster to have to deal with. You'll be able to chuck a missile out there, find a target, the missile will destroy whatever you're throwing it at, and yeah, we'll be able to really just tear into some stuff. This here will probably, this in combined with a good carrier, as Leps was talking with the radar, if the radar works with the bigger ships like it should, you can combine this with a good carrier that has a great range, and it'll know exactly where the enemy is before it comes in range. It can just follow radar to the target, and then it'll just take out the target, then fall back to the carrier, rearm, then go back and start chucking missiles at it. And that's how this thing will operate. It'll just throw missiles at the target. Probably a four-man wing is more than enough to take care of. Will bring a whole lot of firepower to the playing field. And also, like I said, the what is it? The missiles right now, from the way you can launch them, are probably the longest range weapon in the game right now, unless Keen does something different. I don't know how they make a better weapon that has a better range, because we can just launch these things, let them just coast out there to the target, and before railguns or autocannons even get in range, the missiles will already have a target and be moving in. So that's that's something there that's going to be an interesting little thing to bring out and fight with. By the way, folks, hope you guys are enjoying this live stream. Probably stream, I don't know, maybe stream 9 or 10. We'll have this thing done, and that'll be the end of this. And then we got to figure out what I'm going to stream to you guys next. What am I going to build next for y'all? We could try to build a carrier for these things. That'll be a fun thing to try and build. Or we could build a stealth ship. and I plan on pulling every dirty trick I can think of to make the ultimate stealth ship. But anyway, folks, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed live streaming with me today. Certainly enjoyed having y'all here giving me suggestions and helping out. And as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.